Yeah.
A corner is really just a spot in a large place.
Exactly.
So I can say, I can go in the middle of that park there.
Yeah.
This is my corner.
Exactly.
And that's what this is, my corner.
Well, I said that to say that there were those who were really so much into the Most High that no matter what space they occupy,
Hey, you know what's funny, bro? I just got it.
it's deemed to be a corner. But it really is not a corner.
It's a 45-degree angle.
Because we're a part of the
Where the angle goes back to angel.
And
where do the angels
we
stand?
just see it as what we see it as.
It's not talking about
It's at the angle.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But Esau, the author of confusion, will have you believe it's a street corner.
Exactly.
It would have said a street corner, which never existed back then.
Right.
It would have said a crossing.
Yeah.
Or it would have said an intersection. Something else goes back to that.
Yeah.
And I have they have an app that has the Strongs on there.
Yeah.
Which goes back to the original Latin, the word that they translate.
Right.
Because you'll have words like roll, which in one sense means the literal earth.
Yeah.
In another sense, we'll go back to the word cosmos, which means a chosen group.
Right.
So if I'm going to try to confuse you, I'll replace chosen group of people and globe with world. Times.
Yeah.
But what I'll do is, for me to remember I'll make a definition of the law. So I'll take the original world first instance. So world in the dictionary. Number one. Earth. So the first time I use this, it means earth.
Right.
Second time, world. Group of people. So when I use it the second time, I know it. And that's how they do it. That's why dictionaries have numbers, definitions. It's not because, this definition came first.
Right.
No, it's because the same word used to be a couple different ones.
Exactly.
But they just said, all right, well, let's take the word, there.
They put hope in us when you say,
so
hey,
you go over there.
You'll be saved.
You used to say, can you go to this spot? Well, there is so vague. It's like, where do you want me to go? Over there. Well, where's over there?
Where's over there? Exactly. Yeah, I understand.
But that's the world we live in today. And then you got people that, like you said, there's people out there right now that have such a zeal for the Lord. That this is what they do. They try to prophesy for your people, for the supposed children of the Most High. But then you got people that'll look and come out. If you were here earlier, that'll just yell. Because in their spirit, they're like, I know you're right, but I'm so wrong, I don't know how to get right, but I'm just going to refute everything you say. Because it's easier to say you're wrong than admit that I'm wrong.
That's like everybody in America is calling themselves Christian.
Exactly, or born again.
And the only reason they do it is because they don't really want, or they can't identify with anything else. So they put that title upon themselves. But the character of the title for which they put upon themselves, they don't even live up to it.
Because if you ask a Christian, what does the word Christian mean? They'll say Christ-like.
Right.
Okay. Well, what does it mean to be Christ-like? Ask a Christian, what is sin? Or what is love? Those are two easy questions. To answer. What is sin? Sin is the transgression of the law.
Right.
But they'll say, well, sin is doing bad. No, it's in the Bible that you supposedly read. Sin is a transgression of the law of the Most High. What is love? Oh, well, love is that feeling inside. Love is keeping the commandments and the will and the word of the Most High.
And then love will flourish because that's the living waters. That's what makes you.
And those are basic definitions to a Christian.
Exactly.
They should be.
They should
so like
be.
you said, a lot of people call themselves that. And they're just trying to put on a mask.
Well, you know how it says the first two things. The first is to love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, all thy mind, all thy strength.
By keeping his commandments.
But see, the reason that they fall is because they don't know how to do the first, and so they don't know how to do the second, because the first was the prerequisite to the second.
And then they're like, well, maybe I can skip the first.
Exactly.
Like, so the first is the prerequisite.
You can't.
You gotta go to the first to get to the second.
They believe falsely. To me, you can't even go over. You can't even go beyond the law unless you fulfill it. And the fulfillment of the law is love. If you don't have love, then the fulfillment of the law has not been fulfilled.
And also, and if you don't have the fulfillment of the law, that means you ain't got faith. And if you don't got faith, how you gonna follow the law?
You know, to me it's more of if this is the first requirement in order to get to this next level of ascension, right? And you fail that first prerequisite, which is love. It says that love is the fulfillment of the law, right? If you don't fulfill the law, then how can you even get to the next step as it relates to where it is that the Most High even wants to take us? And that's why a lot of people says that we're no longer under the law. You're under the law.
Even if you don't know the law.
Even if you haven't fulfilled the law, then you're still under it because you have to fulfill it. In order to fulfill something, it has to be up here.
Exactly.
If you're under something, it has to be down there. If you haven't fulfilled it, then you're still down there. You haven't even got to the level of ascension where Yeshua got to. You haven't even got there.
But that's what they say, ignorance is bliss. Because what is bliss? In a perfect world, fulfillment of the law is enlightenment. True happiness. If you can fulfill the law of the Lord, which He set up for you to be perfect, if you can fulfill that, you have true happiness. But like you said, if I skip step one and just keep going, oh, I'm up here, I fulfilled it. You're ignorant. And you're in a state of bliss, which is false.
It's false.
That's all good. It's false. You said it. The main phrase today is ignorance is bliss. It's not ignorance, it's happiness. Because what is happiness? Of the law. Ignorance of the law is bliss.
Not happiness.
But people will get stuck and say, I'm settled for bliss.
Right. And that's why you don't have racism. You have hate. But we call it racism. But it's no such thing if man created it.
Exactly. So this is race.
Exactly. It's hate. You know, and so you can't call it something else just to create a man-made law because it's already been named.
And that's why they said you should not ratice.
Exactly.
My word is
don't change, don't do this, don't do that.
I mean, that's like I said, that's trying to say, you're wrong, God. I'm going to change this. Let me tweak it. But let me tell you something.
Let me tweak it. Let me tell you something.
It's like a newborn coming out your wife saying, I know you made me cry, but let me learn you something.
Exactly.
I got the you got stuff that you
like he is bipolar. He said forever. Forever means forever.
Exactly. It doesn't mean like 2 years.
Exactly.
2 seconds. Forever is forever.
Forever is forever. It's not for me to question. Forever means if I go to the top of that building and jump off, the law says forever that I'm going to fall down. And we believe that we will change it just for the appeasement of our own selves. And it can't be like that. If the law is supposed to be changed, then go to the top of the building and jump off.
And change
that's what you tell people. And see if the law of gravitation has changed since the Creator created the earth. As a matter of fact, Yeshua said it this way. He said, I come not to destroy one letter or tittle of the law, but to fulfill it. And those who live by it, the condition is that you have to live by all of it. But I got another way out, if you want that way out.
Which is death. It's death. That's
and there's grace. There's grace. So that's that exit that he gave us. Because we saying, okay, I may not can do it this way.
But then I can do it.
But if you giving me this door to go through, then I'll go through it, and this door is called grace. Because maybe I may not can fulfill it this way. But for those who choose to do so, come on, man.
That's right. And honestly, in America, you live in America, it's impossible.
But
that's what the grace is, though. Like you said, you chose to do right in a land you can't do right in.
Right.
That's the grace. You chose to walk through that narrow door, which you barely can squeeze through, but you
barely can squeeze through it,
But a lot of people would choose that wide path because everybody can feel it. It's endless. It has no bounds. But like you said, that door of grace.
That's where the elect comes in too. Because when you go back into Isaiah, it says that our righteousness is as filthy rags.
Exactly.
So there's going to be elect men.
It is
chosen that have done wrong.
Because Ezekiel tried it. Ezekiel laid on one side for Judah. He laid on another side for Jerusalem. He did the same thing. He tried to take the sins on of man. That was the first time that was done. And he couldn't do it. That's why Ezekiel was called the Son of Man. Because he tried to redeem man by laying on one side for 390 days, on another side for 49 days to redeem the sins of man. But he couldn't. That's why Yeshua had to come in. That's why he had to spill the blood. It had to be. It had to be done. Yeah. I love grace though, bro.
Got it.
But I like what y'all doing, man. I appreciate what y'all doing. I seen y'all twice, but only had the opportunity to stop by.
You get a card? You should have.
No, I didn't get a card. Thank you. Appreciate you, man. Because we are the children of Israel. That's right. All right.
That's all way down. You really discussing that?
I told him something.
But then say you were like, I don't want my woman.
That was nice though. I think some new stuff.
Doesn't he say?
For the most part, you got to take away.
Oh yeah. At least he got his radar.
Hey, bro, you can get those brothers.
Oh, okay.
We don't got nothing.
Would you expect the wife to say, all right, honey, I'm not going to eat pork? Because I love my husband. Well, we're supposed to be like the wives to Yahushai. Yahushai, you don't eat pork. Because these laws and commandments and statutes are actually of him. This is how he lives. So if you want to go to heaven, and I'm not talking about heaven in the clouds.
No green. He knows.
Yeah.
My bro. I started to break it down and he finished it. So
that's what I'm saying. If you don't try, bro. If you don't try to make effort, you know the truth now. So you don't have no excuse, bro. And it says the ones that go through this, that know, it's going to be worse for them. Because you know the truth, and you're going to be like, fuck, I should have kept those commandments.
Oh yeah, I've read that.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna tell you this, man. It's a pleasure talking to you. But really, what you should do is read your Bible and stay and study. How often do you rap? Read more than you rap. And watch the videos too. Watch the videos, and I would get the, like any Bible at least is something. But I like dealing with the King James, the 1611. That's cool, but it actually has less books.
I don't understand
Yeah, I would get one, and I would start reading both. There's no other way that you're going to learn how to read the old one if you don't try.
My pops was going to Denver Seminary.
Yeah, you see that's the book of Maccabees. That ain't in the New King James. The New King James actually is missing some books. Yeah, that's what it is. Like people might say, you got people saying we're brainwashed for this. This is the first thing that comes first all the way down to 100.
Hey, that's the born again though, brother. The born again is actually stop believing that bullshit Christianity crap and actually come to the truth, bro. Come to the truth. And Christianity and this Bible are not the same thing.
Yeah, the Christianity that gets pushed today has a lot of flaws in it. So that's why I'm just going to tell you just to read. Don't even take everything that we tell you to heart, but look into it.
I mean, he'll show you things where people circumcision or whatnot, as you don't know. What's the difference between that, them following the heart and speaking their opinion or what they I really like that. And you're able to do that at home. I mean, you can't be out of that.
Well, remember, your faith is dead without works. Faith is dead without works. Hey, bro, because look where that Christianity started. Jesus saves. Who did that?
That's actually the Baptist church. That's where the Ku Klux Klan stemmed off the Baptist church.
It's like, how did that happen?
And you know why? Because they had to push this image. You know why? How do you keep 500 warlike slaves from killing you and your wife and your kids? You teach them your God and they won't touch you.
It's kind of like this. There will be rich. There will be some rich. Because you know it's that hard.
What was that? What was that first thing?
Yeah, we'll just back it up. You guys got any more?
Rich people? Hey, yeah, because everybody has to come from something.
Like I said,
Actually, Levi was, Zacchaeus was a rich man.
Y'all got a question?
Zacchaeus was a rich man, and when Yahushua came to his house, he said, salvation has come to your house today. Which salvation actually means deliverance from your enemies, from the molestation of your enemies. So he went over there to redeem him from the Romans. That's what the kingdom was going to be brought out of this.
Okay, so just out of curiosity, why is the world supposed to end? I'm just not technically, it's not going to end. It's going to be the end of an ion, which means age, time period. But yeah, basically it's the end of World War III by nuclear fire missile, ICBM nuclear missiles. According to the Bible. According to the scriptures, yes. Okay. That's neat. How did they have insight to
How do they have insights called visions? So basically they give visions by the Heavenly Father. They explained it the best way they could. So first and foremost, they didn't say 2000 whatever. Right, so they explained it in words that they had to explain in the ancient days, so they called the missiles arrows. And it talks about the nations who, says like fire and coal, I think. It talks about Temin. Temin represents the German nation, or the German people, in the scriptures, and they were the ones that actually first created the nuclear weapon, correct? So it talks about them creating the fire that burns the fire and coal and arrow and missiles that can be shot upon Babylon, which is obviously America. Or the German arrows.
Second Peter 2. Chapter 3.
I get in that
I
mode.
know
Says
you're an
that comes
Israelite.
with fire, the fire is going to melt
Israelite,
everything with the fervent heat.
That's what it is, bro.
And that's the fire that burns everything.
I include the scripture.
The nuclear bomb, when it goes off, it actually sucks 2 feet down into the ground and shoots that dust back up, that dirt. And actually, that's where you get your mushroom cloud and your fallout. Hey, you're a bed winch.
That's how I know that it's
You're a sellout.
That's what you say, right? But basically, man, it's going to be over.
Love your oppressor.
And this World War III, that's coming soon. So what you're going to see is you're going to see the fall of the dollar here in America. You're going to see the economy, crisis. You're going to see race wars here in America.
That's what we all are,
You're
man.
going to see FEMA camps.
I was at Walmart.
And it's being, it's financially promoted. That's what Trump is his place for. Why do you think he's taking out all the laws to preserve the nature? They don't give a shit.
But do you think, what they do think people do?
No. It's already been set forth. Before the earth was even created. In fact, they were created to be destroyed. Okay, Romans 9:13, it says that there's a nation of people that he hates. And there's a nation of people he loves. Yeah, so I'll let the Bible answer, so you can hear it and you'll be able to understand it. Watch. It tells you why he hates.
Yeah, that's legit. I guess, like, I'm just curious what you're like seeking out.
Why we're out here?
Yeah.
So what route is right here? See that
Last
right here?
route inside.
Now, the Lord is going to left out of his feet. 12,000 righteous men of each tribe.
On that guy.
I have a few options.
Written in the Revelation, it says that I was in heaven. Whatever gave us a name, the name's up for us.
Today I was able to
do the math to get that number there, and that's your elect. So what we're saying, where's the
fake.
And basically Islam was created by the college. So what we're out here to do, this is the byproduct of salvation, okay? 2/3 of those people are going to be killed here in America. That's that World War III because of disobedience to the Lord.
I'm able to.
The 1/3 are those friends of the prophets,
wives of the prophets, daughters, sons.